Hello friends, welcome to All That Matters, a channel about all and everything. There is a belief that good leaders are born and not made. But I believe that anyone can become a good leader if there is enough effort and practice and by imbibing some good habits. One of the most common thing which good leaders have is effective communication. The words you use matter. Words make people motivated, get things moving, get works done. So, the use of right words at the right place is a make or break of any situation. Right words are the power of communication. No matter, good leaders spend a lot of time fostering good communication skills because they realize the fact that good communication is very much required to foster relationships, being a good negotiator, to build teams, to build winning teams, and to get the work done. Any simple words which we use can be perceived in a way different manner, though we meant something else. So, simple and verbal tips or habits come in the way of effective communication. Some of the things which we say are perceived as our behavior pattern as well. For example, a person who says sorry too much is perceived as a person not sure of himself and appears to be less confident. So, instead of saying sorry for the delay, one can say thank you for your patience. It sounds a positive ring to it. In this video, let us see how we can swap some of the everyday used words to better ones to sound more assertive and positive. After all, being assertive and positive is the first step to becoming a good leader. So, let's see what these phrases or words are which you can replace your everyday used words to be seen as a leader. Number 1. Here is what I can do for you. Instead of saying I can't or I'll not be able to when you are declining a request, one can shift the focus on the positive by saying, here is what I can do for you. That way, you have set a boundary with your client or colleague about what you are not able to or willing to do, but you have also indicated that you are willing to find a workable solution. Number 2. I'll find out. When you don't know something, it's usually a good idea to say so instead of bluffing. However, if you are in a leadership position or dealing with customers, the people asking are going to want more than that from you. Instead of just shrugging off the inquiry, say, I'll find out for you. This gives an assurance to the other party that you care enough. Number 3. Can you? It is not uncommon to preface a favor request with, I know you are busy, but, or I hate to bother you, but, which implies that you already know you are being irksome. Instead, assume that there is no problem and drop this from your language. Just ask what you need and assume that the person will let you know if the request is too much and respectfully decline. Number 4. Let's solve this. In meetings, people have an agenda and say, let's address this issue. That usually does not get in a positive outcome. What does address mean anyway? Instead of saying, we are going to address this situation, try words like solve, fight against, or reduce, which communicates action. Other swaps to consider that are more meaningful and decisive are, instead of allowed, try enabled or authorized. Instead of meeting a goal or expectation, try accomplishing or exceeding. Instead of reacting to a situation, try responding or solving. Number 5. I'm glad you like it. Some people do not know how to react to praise. If someone praises them, they act uncomfortable as if they don't deserve it. If they receive a compliment, they water it down by saying, "Oh, it was nothing," or "It could have been better." Those responses not only make light of your work and ability, but they are dismissive of the person giving the compliment. Instead, thank the individual genuinely and add, "I'm glad you like it." That way, you sound positive and the other person is also happy for giving you a compliment. Win-win. Number 6. I'm happy I was able to. When someone says thank you for any help we do to them or did to them, our usual reaction is "You're welcome." Try saying something like, "I'm happy I was able to help you." It sounds positive and more powerful because it leaves a positive impression with the individual that you went that extra mile to help. Number 7. Trust this helps. Many times we end an email saying, "We hope this helps." We hope this is in line with your expectations. While there is nothing wrong with hoping sounds less powerful. Replace hope with trust. Trust is a very powerful word. When you say, "Trust this helps," "Trust this is in line with your expectations," it shows that you are very much sure of your work and you really believe that what you are sending them, what you are giving the information is really appropriate. So it shifts the onus on you to do a good job. Hope you all liked watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.